Previously on Dandies in Danger.
Adrian had arranged to meet with our jester friend Peregrine and was told to ask for Harold Hopkins. You see Peregrine walk through. They are in men's clothing. Adrian.
We got a little crush.
Oh, Peregrine?
Yeah, because they were nice to him. How are you today? So what are your thoughts on fighting authority?
I am quite fond of overthrowing authority, I suppose.
I need your help really badly, and I'll tell you everything. I'm not sure how to say this, but I might be going on a secret mission for God.
You sound insane.
I need clothes.
Do you have any specifications? What is her job?
I think this person works in a workshop.
Why a workshop? You said you would say everything.
I might need to disguise myself as you, and I feel bad. You can refuse, and we can fumble and flounder our way through this, and I promise I won't dress up as you if that's what you would prefer.
I suppose after an hour, people would know that
It's
you were
true.
not me.
If they're torturing me for an hour, it will wear off, and then I can say, surprise!
Very well. 12 pounds.
Well, you know my friend out there. He has to disguise as said hunter, I hear.
Sir Charles Wickham. You would need his identification. I can get you such insignia. 20 pounds. I'll ask you to wait 20 minutes and I'll be back.
Is everything all right?
I've told them everything. They're fetching us some disguises.
Or they're going off to get the authorities to turn us in.
Harold walks through and he has with him a large leather bag of some sort. They open the bag and inside you see Ari's dress, hunter's wear. Technically, Ari would not be seen on a Wednesday, but you could pretend that you forgot something.
If we live, I will dedicate a poem to you.
I'd like that.
Hi, my name is Eli, my pronouns are he, him, and I play the voice of Zachary Bilkos.
Hey, I'm Cass. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm voicing Liam Bardsley.
Hi, I'm Chess, he, she, they, and I voice Daniel Pritchard.
Hi, I'm Toast. Pronouns she, they, and I play Adrian Edwards.
Okay, so you guys just got a bunch of stuff from Harold/Peregrine. What is your plan? When are you going to be using them at McRae? When are you going to be entering the church?
Well, what time is Mass?
7 p.m.
Okay, well, I guess, are we back at Zachary's again?
Zach's work ends at 5, so There's 2 hours in between then where you could be at Zach's house and then go over your plan in more detail, if you'd like.
Have you told Zach what just occurred?
Yeah, I imagine so.
He's holding his head in his hands after the whole story finishes, and he draws his head up as his hands run down the length of his face, and he goes, "Okay, well, at the very least, I'm glad it all worked out."
Daniel's just shaking his head, looking at nothing.
Look, any of you could have gone in and tried.
No, we couldn't. That was the whole point why you went.
Adrian did seem to have a rather nice rapport.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh.
The two of you did seem to really hit it off.
Alright, so you've got clothes for you. He says, pointing to Adrian.
Yes.
Do you know how to
Yes.
put on women's clothing?
Pauses. No.
Did you ask while you were there?
No.
Alright, he turns to Liam. And you've got the clothing you need.
Yes,
And everything else that goes with being a hunter.
I do.
Save
and
for-
Liam pulls out the little icon of St. Michael.
Don't drop it.
It's metal, so if it drops, it won't change shape or anything.
Okay.
Zachary grimaces at it, but gives a nod. Okay, good.
We learned a little bit of information about those two hunters as well. You'd best stay away from them if you are still at the church after all of this. They specialize in going after witches.
I'm aware. He nods. And then he looks to Daniel, and then he looks back to you guys, and he goes, "And you've got cookware for Daniel."
They look at each other.
They might not need it, because the cookware's all at the kitchen.
Okay.
She just goes to work.
Okay.
Daniel thinks for a moment. He says, "Hang on. What are we going to do about this little Anna Summers? If I tried to show up and then there were 2 Anna Summers, it's not like she's wandering around the church and we might not see each other. She's in the kitchen, but I need to be in the kitchen.
We don't know her work schedule.
Well, I guess...
Zachary thinks very hard. How familiar do you think everybody is with kitchen staff? I doubt they're that familiar. Even I had never met that girl before.
What do you want to?
How are they going to notice? I mean, I know that you have to initially...
The young woman herself might notice. There's a double of herself. That's the
in the same
issue.
room.
Yeah, that's...
In the same kitchen. There'll be 2 of us in the kitchen.
So they're going...
You're her long-lost twin.
Okay.
Congratulations! You found me!
Weren't there was a kitchens in the main building, and she was out in the preparation kitchens.
Exactly.
Oh.
So my thinking is that she's going to be in the main kitchen. Well, you're going to be in the main kitchens, dressed as a cook. Nobody's really going to know the difference because none of the hunters care to know anything about the main cooks.
So I'll be down in the underground, and she'll be up in the prep.
That's
area.
correct.
And don't forget, the both of you, he points at Daniel and Zach. If push comes to shove, if anybody finds you out, you can get back into the shadows. Anywhere around you, just keep an eye on where the shadows are, and you can slip away however you need.
I forgot we all had magic.
Zachary kind of nods at this. He's trying to stifle it, but there's a bit of excitement in his eye at the mention of it.
All right, well then, are we going in as ourselves and then disguising?
He nods.
Is there... Where do we turn in? Where do we disguise?
Liam has been holding the book of harnessing the power within and says, I have this here. So mimicry requires eating and swallowing our special creature hearts.
Oh, right.
So we'll have to carry those in with us somehow as well. And,
Yum,
pardon?
I said yum yum.
Zach, can you think of any convenient place where we could go to consume these out of the prying eyes of others and recite the necessary words?
Confession.
I mean...
It's supposed to be confidential. I can't tell anyone.
As long as there's not a priest in there. It's possible that you could also go into the cleansing chapel.
Is there any role that Eli can do as a player to determine from you what the safest place would be to make this change?
Sure. Do you want to roll for that?
Yeah, sure.
Just a regular D20 roll.
Sounds good. Do I add anything to it, like my wisdom?
No, just
Okay,
regular.
it's just a 12.
Zachary knows that the cleansing chapel is used for emergencies, but is otherwise usually empty. And he also knows that there aren't many people in that little closet in the north transept, so that might also be empty. There's a good chance the cleansing chapel and the little herb storage area will be empty, and you can change in them.
He informs them of this, and with so many people kind of like going to mass, he says, as soon as you get in there before everybody's settled down, I think is the best time to do it. So don't wait for a sermon to start or anything like that. Just go in and do it as fast as possible.
The cleansing chapel also has a door that leads to the outside. So, and the little closet also has, I forgot to draw it, but there's a door from the north transept into the cloister. So you can actually exit a different way than you entered if you want to be
That is the smartest
extra
way, I
careful
think.
about it.
How do we bring in a change of clothes with ourselves?
Well, it's going to be open to the public and nobody's going to be examining any bags.
Who brings bags to church?
The homeless.
You're just like, these are Eucharists. I brought enough to share.
Zachary, I don't suppose you have any handy thing like those cloaks from before, anything with a little magic touch, special bag?
Here's what I can do. I can go in with our bags, and I can actually not take the main entrance. I don't necessarily need to be seen taking the main entrance. And I can plant the bags in the cleansing chapel from the outside, go in, and then plant the other bag in the herb closet, and then leave out the cloister and already stop being invisible. I will enter first, you will find your bags there, and then...
Alright, who's going in which room? Just to be sure we pick up the right clothes.
Daniel, you're going anyway to the kitchen to grab everything you need, so you can actually find whatever spot you want to get into that mimicry.
There are also bushes all over the grounds.
Find a nice bush and do the deed.
Well, you can like hide the clothes there pretty easily.
Yeah.
There are also water closets. Or not water closets, pail closets, because they're earthen style. There are pail closets over by the south area.
Right, because we don't need to be in the church doing this. All we need to do is...
You need to change without people seeing you, and then you can enter
head to
the
the bell
church
tower.
proper.
Yeah. Alright, in that case, that does change it. Okay.
Alright, well, do we all know what we're doing?
Yes. I'm going to enter the grounds. I'm going to find a bush on the grounds outside of the church, and that's where I'm going to become invisible. From there, once I'm visible, I'm going to the kitchen to grab the clothes, sneak them out, and leave the clothes in a holly bush near the kitchen for you, Daniel, to change into. Afterwards, I'll be heading over to the cathedral, to the herb closet, to meet Adrian there. And Adrian, I'm going to help you get into those clothes since you don't know how.
All right.
And then from there, I'll follow you deeper into the cathedral. Liam, you know what you're doing?
Yes, I'll also go out onto the cemetery grounds. I'll find one of the pale closets we saw while we were out there, and I'll transform, change into my clothes there, and then I'll head right towards the bell tower. I'll meet the rest of you on the 5th floor. Daniel, do you know what you're after?
Yes, I'll go in. I'll make my way to the northerly side, to the kitchen. I'll find that holly bush, eat the heart, change, head into the kitchen. Hopefully no one notices that there are 2 Anna Summers. I will make my way through the elevator down to the 3rd floor as quickly as possible, and then I will meet you on the 5th floor, presumably navigating the shadows with Carrion's power.
You know how to get into women's clothing, right?
Well, I've seen plenty of them come off, so I know the pattern and the layers.
It's the same principle, but backwards.
I feel like Adrian and Leah must look like, oh.
Adrian, you know where you're going to be and everything?
Yes, I'm going in the cathedral. I'm going to find this herb closet you've spoken of, and I'll eat my little heart in there, I suppose, and wait for you. I guess you'll signal me somehow, invisibly.
Well, the door opening and closing on its own should be a pretty good signal, and I'll also say something like, "It's me, but invisible."
All right. All right. Well, once you've helped me change, I'll use Ari's usual path to get down to the 4th floor and find a way to get down onto the 5th floor as well to meet with the rest of you.
Okay, it sounds like we know what we're doing. Oh, I'll also be going with you, trailing behind you,
okay.
making sure you take the right corridors and such.
Phew. All right. Good. That is a relief.
All right.
Good luck, and we'll meet everybody on the 5th floor.
So, it happens. You make your way to the church. The doors are open. You all can enter the church grounds. Daniel heads immediately to the kitchen to hide in a bush. Or I assume he'd go slightly after Zachary.
Yeah. Do I have to roll or anything to sneak clothes out?
Yes. So, you head onto the grounds. The sun is starting to set. There's plenty of bushes around, lots of places to hide, there's plenty of trees. It's well manicured, and you go over... Zachary, you're heading over to the kitchen.
He has to get in the bush first to be invisible.
Yes.
Yeah, he does. He goes in and he chants Invisibilia Corpus, and...
with his little rock on his head, and you look down. You feel the magic moving from the rock into you, and you look down, and you can't see your hands, and you can't see your clothes either. And you are, for all intents and purposes, invisible.
Nice.
And it's interesting to look down at your feet and watch the grass crush under your feet, but see nothing.
That is
but
pretty
the grass.
cool. Alright, he heads into the kitchen, and he, without bumping into anybody, looks around and tries to spot where the clothes are first.
Alright, roll d20.
Do I add anything to that?
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay.
Yeah.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Smart boy, thank you, God.
Okay. He sees aprons.
Okay.
But that's it.
Is there a closet?
There are some closets.
Okay, he'll go over and he'll check the closets.
There's no lock on them, so he's able to open them, and he does spy some clothing.
Great, okay. He's going to take some of that clothing, bundle it up, and he's going to open his invisible jacket a little and try and use that to
You're so smart.
shield it.
As soon as your jacket goes over them, you can't see them anymore.
Nice. Okay, so then on his way out, he's going to...
D20 again. Don't add anything, unless you have luck.
16.
A few people walk by him pretty quickly, and he has to swing a little to not hit them, but he does not touch anyone as he is on his way out.
Well done.
Sneaky little guy.
Well done, Zach.
And then he pilfers he kind of plucks the apron from the hanger and he makes his way out.
Thankfully for you, because the kitchen is so busy, no one sees this floating apron.
I mean, he tucks it back under and it's,
For a moment, it is floating and then it is
so
invisible.
true, I know.
But everyone is busy, everyone is working, everyone's cutting things and looking down or not looking at the aprons.
Mhm.
Is our friend in the kitchen?
Anna?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can I make an observation to see if she's in the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay. 4.
You forgot to check.
Okay.
Mm.
Then I place those down where Daniel is, and Daniel can hear, I think, something approaching, and then Zachary goes, "Are you there?"
You see the bush shake and he says, "No, it's just me, the bush."
Good, I'm glad you were able to retain your sense of humor in all this.
It's how I cope with things.
He tosses,
I'm terrified.
he tosses the things at him.
He takes them and he says, "Be safe.
You as well.
By the way, you're so invisible.
Thank you.
It's really amazing."
He's gonna pretend he's already left. Like, goes. He loves Daniel, but he's so stressed out.
Mhm.
Daniel's also stressed. He eats the heart. He doesn't know anything about this person.
Not much he needs to know.
He thinks about a mousy girl.
Mhm.
Let's just say,
And he feels himself change.
yeah.
He doesn't know what he looks like, and then he puts on the clothes.
Well, for the sake of the spell, they might have told him some things about her, and they definitely talked about how.
They might have
She
said, like,
acted.
she has black hair and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
she
Yeah.
had a crush on Zach.
So he thinks black hair crush on Zach.
Yeah, great.
Oh, just like me. Oh no.
It's so hard to get into character. And he does have, like, the blood from her, so he doesn't know what he looks like, and then he heads into the kitchen.
Excellent.
No one seems to have noticed him so far, and he's gonna try to sneak to the elevator.
Can you pick up like a tray of something?
It's a 3.
Fuck. Do you have any
You try-
luck?
Okay. I don't have any luck, but he tries to sneak over, and then the chef comes right in front of him and says, "What are you doing up? Take this. It needs to be delivered." And Daniel's like, oh, yes, of course. He takes, like, the food, and then he tries to make his way to the elevator again. I got an 18.
Nice.
Ah.
He makes his way to the elevator, and there are other people on their way with other trays of food, and he just slips right in with them.
Nice.
And goes down the elevator.
Phew.
All right. So far, so good.
He's in.
Okay. Liam enters the grounds and moves right over towards the pale closet with his change of clothes and the components for the spell. Can I just go in?
Yes.
Go into the shitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
The shitter's open.
Cool. Nice. So I'll go in. Can I lock the door behind me?
Yes, of course.
Great.
It's a shitter.
Ooh, wait. Can I do a perception to see if there's anybody else around? Can I just know that?
You can do a perception if you want.
Okay.
The other doors are closed, but you don't know if they're occupied and they have people in them.
Okay. So this is a multi-stall
There's
pale closet.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
there's
that
a
is
couple
good to
pale
know.
closets.
Oh. Well, that's not great. I only got an 8.
You can't really tell, but I don't think it matters too much. No one has seen you, and as long as you're quiet, no one's gonna know what you're doing. You might
Okay.
want to whisper your spell though, because you don't know if the other stalls are occupied.
Okay. Then I'm going to go in and he gets into a whisper. I'm no longer Liam Bardsley. I am Charles Wickham. My hair colour is blonde. My eyes are blue. I have a round face with soft features. My average size. And I'm an asshole.
And Ari thinks I'm an ass.
This morning I looked and spoke like myself. Today I look and speak like Sir Charles Wickham.
And this is uttered as you ate the heart, and you feel your body changing. It's weird. It's not painful. It's just really weird. Liam gets shorter. He feels his face changing. He feels like the little area where you can see your nose a little bit changes shape. The nose changes shape, and his hair gets shorter. And when he looks down at his hands, they are different hands.
Liam shudders and then braces himself because he knows he's on a timer now and gets changed.
Good man.
The clothing fits. It is probably not Charles's specific clothing, but Harold gave you clothing that would fit that figure.
Can I take a fright?
Yes.
He's never been somebody else before.
Okay.
Adrian marches inwards to the cathedral.
Sickening smell of incense is what greets Adrian first followed soon after by snippets of choir practice, the chattering of mobs, and the profoundly formidable and all-encompassing presence of a pipe organ whose very design converts the building into one gigantic resonating instrument. Adrian makes his way into the lungs of this glistening beast, and he was told that the herb closet is going to be a door on his left when he enters the north transept.
Okay. He goes off, gets into the herb closet. Thinks,
Wait, do D20 roll. And, yeah, do D20 roll.
Oh no. 16.
Nice. That's a success.
There's no one in the closet.
Thank God. Okay.
You are safe. There does appear to be a lock on it, actually.
Okay, then he locked that door.
Okay, so the door to the north transept is locked, and he's in the herb closet, waiting for Zachary to meet him.
Zachary gets finished with his business with Daniel, and then not but a couple minutes after Adrian's walked in, there's a knock at the door from the other side, from the cloister side, and Zachary goes, "Hello?"
Adrian goes, open the door.
So Adrian already looks like...
No, because he'd have to be naked.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he's still himself.
okay. So Zachary comes in. You can probably feel, like, the wind of Zachary coming in, and he goes, "All right, let's get started."
Adrian's just vaguely looking around, trying to decide where he should be looking when he's talking. Right, yes.
He can only see the clothes starting to lift and start being laid out by something, like the clothes are just laying them out themselves.
Well, all right.
Zachary takes the layers out.
You'll turn your back, yes?
My back's already turned.
Oh, all right, of course. All right, well then, I'll just take care of this business.
Oh, and while you're taking that off, here, go ahead, and he hands him something to slip into that, so that, you know, you'll have something to cover yourself when I start putting things on you.
All right, yeah. Adrian's embarrassed. I guess he gets undressed first, then do the spell. Anyway, he eats the little heart, he says the spell, thinks about Peregrine and their mysterious, beautiful qualities. And, yeah. Does he change?
Yes, he actually feels the dirty blonde hair start growing longer and touch his cheek because their hair is longer than Adrian's. And he feels breasts come in. He looks down at his hands, and they are Peregrine's hands. They are recognizable.
Just let me know when you're finished.
I think Zachary doesn't hear anything from Adrian for a minute because Adrian's standing there like, whoa.
And if Adrian were to speak, his voice would sound like Peregrine's.
Okay. Well, first he's kind of looking at himself, and then he's like, oh my god. Because he's like, I shouldn't be looking at this, oh god. So he slips on that little thing real quick, and he's like, I'm ready now.
A couple of clothes come floating over to him, and Zachary starts instructing him, like, which ones to put on. And then when it comes to the corset, they fit it over Adrian's head, and Zachary starts making very quick work of lacing it up and doing it right. And it's, as he's lacing, that kind of takes the most time.
Yeah. I guess Adrian goes, oof. Oof. How is it that you know how to do this? I don't imagine you've had quite as many dalliances as Daniel.
Nope. Never had any dalliances like Daniel.
Did your grandmother teach you?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, yes. I used to wear these clothes. These types. Not these specifically, obviously, but...
Well, I don't know if Adrian's gonna understand. I think he's just gonna be like, oh.
When I was young, I mean, before I... It doesn't matter. He finishes.
Adrian squints to himself and he's like, well, I've been told to stop pushing you for personal details.
Not like we have much time.
Right.
Here, put this on.
Thank you. And then I guess they're suited up and ready to sneak out of there.
Peregrine included shoes for you and everything, so you've got, like, Ari's entire setup.
Okay. Oh, wait. Once everything's on and he notices the skirt, he's kind of gonna swish it a bit. Adrian's gonna swish his skirt. This is very breezy.
Do you like it?
Well, I don't have time to think about whether I like it or not, do I?
Zachary, you can't see it, but Zachary shrugs. Zachary goes to unlock the door and open it, but stops and goes, it's best if you take the lead on most things, I think.
Right, okay. Which direction am I headed?
Okay, here's where you're gonna go. And then he tells him how to get to the spiral staircase.
All right.
You're gonna head east towards the front.
Then he goes out and he just tries to stride confidently, but not too obviously.
Roll a d20.
Oh, God. He touches his hair a lot.
That's cute.
It's a little finer than Adrian's hair.
That's fun. I could use a luck.
If you want.
I think you're safe for right now. You're just in the
Okay.
public eye.
Then I'm gonna stick with the 5.
You see a young man with brown hair actually come up to you and says, Ari?
Adrian just gonna try a casual nod, like, and keep walking.
Oh, you finally came to Mass.
I left something at work downstairs, actually.
Oh, he looks a little disappointed. Oh, I see.
Another time.
Right, I won't bother you then.
Okay, Adrian nods and keeps going.
Which area are you going through? The left or the right?
Like, who's at the doors? Are there guards right now?
They would be different people than what Zach is used to, so Zach actually doesn't come in at this time, so he doesn't know who's at the door, so he can't help you.
Can Zach sense if one of them is a Manus or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Roll d20 plus your wisdom.
Okay. 19.
Yes, the one on the right is a Manus.
Okay.
Take the one on the left. He whispers.
Adrian just nods and veers to the left.
They head in. There's a man standing there, and he says, and he kind of squints, and he's like, not used to seeing you around this time.
Adrian shrugs. I forgot something at work.
They kind of like grunt and
Yeah.
understanding, and then they put out a hand.
Adrian pulls out the identification.
They look it over, hand it back, and then they move aside for you to go through.
Adrian just nods again.
They kind of feel an extra wind past them, and don't think too much of it, though.
What if she farted?
Yeah, what if she farted?
Didn't mean to spike the
Okay.
So good. All right.
Adrian is definitely sweating a little bit, though. Oh, I'm gonna take Afraid, because this is very scary.
Sure.
You're doing really well.
Oh, thanks.
There's no one with you so far, and you head down into the first floor. Zachary knows probably the easiest way to get down to... You can either go through the common library or you can go through accounting.
Well, if Zach knows the easiest way, then it's probably going to be down towards accounting.
Okay, so you go through accounting, then you go out into the hallway if you're making your way to the 4th floor, and then you're going to walk all the way down to the stairs down to the 3rd level, down that big long hallway, down the spiral staircase, and then through the meal hall on the 3rd floor, and then through the hallway, and then there is a locked staircase to the 4th level in that hallway that previously Zach was not able to go through, but you guys, when you saw Ari for the first time, you saw them going through there.
He whispers, over there, that's the door.
Okay. Guessing I had no trouble just coming down all through those floors.
No trouble at all?
No, people see you walking and know you're busy.
Okay.
And no one really thinks anything of it.
Alright. Then he heads towards the door. He fishes the key out of his pocket.
It opens.
Yeah, his hands are a little shaky.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun!
Unlocked new map.
You come down a spiral staircase, and right in front of you, you see a big old workshop. And inside you see a bunch of different tools and leatherwork, and you presume this is where Ari works. There's also an armory nearby, and the hallway is kind of shaped funky. And
Okay.
Okay.
there's a locked door to your left.
Alright, and Zachary's never been down here, huh?
Yeah.
Nope, this is all new.
Okay, well, guess we're winging it from here, huh?
This is Zachary, but very quietly.
Can I just go towards the door, or should I, roll to see if Adrian even considers it?
You can go to the door if you want.
Okay.
There's several doors.
Is there anyone by the door? By the locked door, I
Not at
guess?
the moment.
Crap.
Be real fucking cool if Liam could have met him at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, okay. I'm thinking Zachary maybe could slip in shadows and, go under the door or something?
Oh,
And
And
unlock
open
it from the other side.
that's a fucking baller idea. Let's do it.
Okay, hang on. Adrian's gotta try and say that. Is there anyone immediately in the vicinity of coming down from the stairs?
No, but you do hear footsteps on this floor. There are people here, but no one in eyesight at the moment. And the
Okay.
Hunter's Workshop is closed for the time being, and there's no one in there.
Okay, then he's gonna say really quick, Zachary, can you slip through that door over there? Can you slip under the door and open it?
Oh, you mean through the shadows? Yeah.
You see.
Yeah. This is the best they've ever worked together.
Mm-hmm.
And after a quick good idea, he hurries over and he finds some shadows.
Can I do it? Can I just go? Zoop?
Yeah, there's shadows under the door.
Oh, great. He
All right.
touches a toe to it and...
He goes into the shadows, and now he's in the shadows on the other side of the door.
All right.
He, for a moment, motions for
Well, he's
Adrian to come closer, realizes he's invisible.
He's in the shadows.
Wait,
oh,
can he like pop
he's
out
like-
the shadows and open the door?
Yeah, he can pop out.
Okay, then he pops out on the other side.
Okay, and
Great.
Can he open the door though? I'm afraid that he'll get over there and it's still just locked.
then try opening the door.
Ugh.
Jiggle, jiggle.
It opens.
Great.
I love it. I love it when things work.
Okay.
It's so ugly.
And the
Shared
staircase
sight.
leads down.
Okay, before he does anything else as Adrian comes closer, I don't know if he can activate shared sight, but he's really hoping that
They activated
Daniel
it
is looking.
earlier.
Great.
Okay.
Then he
But
hopes
yeah.
Daniel's seeing what he's
Great.
seeing.
They definitely
Nice.
did. Okay.
So he looks around as best as he could at all the details to give Daniel some insight as to where to go.
If
And-
Daniel's looking right now.
Yeah.
Let's
Mhm.
hope. Okay. Well,
It's like a
Adrian.
live stream. He checks in.
Uh-huh. Adrian sees the door open and he scoots over there.
Great.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right. So you guys are on your way to the 5th floor, but first I want to jump over and check in with Liam.
Groovy. Well, after he changed and transformed and whatnot, he would have gone over to the bell tower to try out his special fob, his key to get in. What creature was that underneath?
Is under the man.
Under the man. Okay, cool.
He is able to lift it up again and put it right into the depression. He used to
Mhm.
turn it slightly, and then it fits ka-chunk in. And then there is a bit of rumbling, and he hears some sort of contraption moving. He can remove the insignia again, but when he looks behind him, he hears a door slide open, and it reveals an elevator.
Very nice. Then he's going to enter.
He goes in. There are different lights for each number. It says 3, 4, 5.
It's got electricity.
Lights? Like, describe the
buttons?
lights to me. Is this like we would imagine elevator buttons, but they're
Oops,
powered by magic?
Regency era. Just
Yeah.
kidding. It's got
It could still be a staircase.
Switch?
it's got switches. Yeah,
Okay.
it's got levers. There it says
It's not too late to make it a staircase.
nope, it's an elevator. It says ground 3, 4, 5.
Well, then he's going to, in whatever manner is appropriate, select 5.
So he takes the lever and ka-chunk, and then the doors close, ka-chunk, and then he feels himself going down, 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 down. In very, very darkness, there's like a candle.
Okay.
Uh,
Like a lantern in there, maybe.
yeah, there's a lantern in there, but he just keeps going down, and it seems quite some time. Roll a d20.
Okay.
It gets stuck. Gotta call the fire brigade.
Am I adding anything to this?
No,
Okay, so I got a 13.
unless you have luck.
No, I got a 13.
Okay. The elevator stops and the doors open. You see 2 hunters in mid-conversation. They walk in and they join you in the elevator as it keeps going down.
I nod to them.
They nod to you as well, but they don't talk to you.
Okay.
They continue their conversation a little quieter. And you keep writing down.
Mm-hmm.
It stops and then the doors open. They get off and they kind of notice that you aren't following and they look a little surprised at that, and then the door closes.
They got up at level 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it keeps going down, and then you reach the 5th floor. What Liam sees in front of him is a long hallway with a light at the end. What Adrian and Zachary see when they go down the different area, they go down the spiral staircase, they see a long collection of jail cells, essentially. They see a huge hallway, a wide hallway with very big cells. Cells that are kind of like the size of meeting rooms, as if they're meant to hold big prey, big prisoners. and Zachary gets a horrible chill up his spine, and he knows that feeling is coming from directly behind him.
He turns to look.
Inside, through glass windows, a bit tainted with bits of paper on them, piles of books everywhere, a lot of dust and gray. He sees cloaked figures and he doesn't see them moving. They are sitting in chairs.
Is this like in a room that's adjacent to the stairwell they just came out of?
Yes, it is
Okay.
behind. It's behind the staircase. There's a door into it. It's closed for the moment, and there are 3 beings sitting in chairs. You can't tell if they're alive or not, but they are hooded in white, and their hands are hanging limply on the armchairs,
Does he
on the armrests.
Does he recognize the garments they're wearing?
They're white witches.
Oh, that. Anyway, so that creeps him the absolute fuck out. And,
Take a fright.
yeah. I'm gonna take... No, I'm gonna take the 1, because I like to win. And he is gonna step back and make a little startled noise, though. Like,
He actually steps back and he bumps into Adrian.
sorry.
That makes Adrian jump really hard. Like,
Shh, it's me.
There are hunters around here kind of patrolling the area. There are guards.
okay.
God.
Roll a d20.
12.
Okay. One of the guards notices you and kind of squints at you in sort of a disapproving, why are you here kind of gaze. He can hear prisoners scratching to get out.
Mewling.
Mewling. Hungry for food. So the guard whispers to a guard next to them, who also looks in Adrian's direction. And then the first guard walks up to you. What are you doing here?
Time out. I'm scared.
They have weapons on them too.
Ah! I should have stopped by that armory. But
You're gonna fight them?
no! If I have to.
No, I have to.
That was fight or flight real quick.
Yeah. We're like flight or fight.
Yeah.
God, I just... If I use persuasion, it's only on like one person who's like directly in front of me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that person could also...
I could be like, I'm supposed to be here, tell that to everybody you see.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna try that. Okay,
Oh, Jesus.
I know. He takes a little breath, puts his little finger by the corner of his mouth, coquettishly.
Looks him right in the
looking
eyes.
Right in the eye of this hunter. Audite credite. I am supposed to be here. Don't question it. And if anyone else asks, I am supposed to be here.
He watches you, and his eyes are stern, and he is silent for what seems like an eternity. And then he nods and he moves aside.
Fuck. Thank you, God.
Okay.
I was about to strangle you if you weren't going to realize that. I was like, then why'd you give us this now?
Okay, but now I can't use that anymore.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, you've used that up.
Okay.
Where do you want to go?
Well, is Liam here? Where's Liam?
Yeah.
Liam is walking down that long hallway.
So I can't see anybody yet, correct?
You don't know that everyone has come here yet.
Then I have to wait.
Well, Liam can come into the scene now. He
Okay.
comes through the doors, and Liam, you're coming through this door where there are a bunch of... It's kind of like to the side, down that long hallway, you're coming like in between some cells,
Mm-hmm.
and you come out and you see a bunch of guards.
So I'm coming from the elevator, which is to the south.
Yes.
I'm walking to the north.
Yes.
And whenever I enter this huge area that has all of the cells, there's going to be cells to the left and right and in front of me.
Yes.
And Adrian, as Miss Wormsblood, is going to be passing in front of me from the right.
Well, I don't think I guess.
Depending on if you're going anywhere. To your right, Liam, would be the White Witch's quarters,
Mm-hmm.
and then the staircase to the 4th level, which is where Adrian and Invisible Zach are right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
Can Liam see us from there?
When he comes out, yeah.
Okay.
Or Liam can look around, sees a bunch of cells, sees a bunch of guards, and then sees a staircase and sees Miss Wormsblood
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully Zach behind
Okay.
him, but he doesn't know.
Zachary is actually not behind Adrian anymore.
What's
Where'd
Zach
he go?
doing?
Zachary is quietly walking around looking into every cell, trying to see if
okay.
he can see the angels. He has the most mobility and freedom out of all of them, so he doesn't want to encumber them by just sticking too close. He wants to get as much information and then go to them.
He sees a man who is kind of swarthy, and he's picking his nails and flicking them, and he looks pissed off that he has to be there. He's in another cell. He sees a woman who looks completely normal, and she's sitting there very, very quietly, and he senses a great deal of magic from her. In another cell, he sees an old man on the floor holding his head, and you can see a bit of strange striation on his head, as if there's like a spirit trying to get out of it, as if there's a spirit disgustingly attached to him like a tumor.
Oh, jeez.
And he is whimpering. You see all sorts of manners of these types of things. And you see like something that is as pale as a corpse, but you don't see any angels, you don't sense any of that angelic power on this level.
I think what Adrian is doing is slowly walking down the room towards the opposite end.
The opposite end has a door with stairs that go down.
I'm hoping Liam will, like, intercept him on the way.
You do see one of the guards is about to stop you, but then the first guard that you persuaded comes over to them and tells them that you're supposed to be there.
Alright.
And this guard must be the leader, because the other one looks confused, and then looks back at you and then doesn't question it and lets you pass.
Yeah, Adrian shrugs.
Zachary goes over to Adrian, because he doesn't know if this is Liam.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is
So-
Liam gonna approach us, or what?
Yeah.
Liam approaches Ari.
I'm also gonna take a fright from the dungeon level, because it's scary down here.
Okay. You do hear some moaning. There's just kind of this constant stream of quiet pain.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Liam approaches Ari. Miss Wormsblood, I've been expecting you. As frustrating as it may be, I suppose we are expected to work together on this?
Adrian stiffens for a second because he's scared. Then he's like,
And then Liam winks.
and then he is like, oh, yeah, let's get it over with.
Zachary comes over to the both of them,
Mhm.
and they feel something touching their arms, but they can't see what it is.
Adrian still goes, huh?
And Zachary says, "They're not here. We have to try the lower level."
All right. Liam is going to stride with confidence towards the door, which he has undoubtedly seen.
Wait, what about Daniel? We have to wait for Daniel.
Where is Daniel?
Yeah. Where's the boy?
You guys don't know where he is.
Great, cool, love it.
But Zach, you might be able to check in the shadows on this level and see if Daniel is lurking in there. There doesn't appear to be a very good spot on this level for someone in the shadows to just pop out.
Unless maybe it's in the cells.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He kind of quietly acknowledges that idea. He's really tempted to pop into the shadows to the kitchen and, like, try and see if he can find him, but he's like, no, stick with Adrian and Liam.
But as you're walking,
Okay.
you see a cute little kitchen staff lady in jail.
No.
She's holding the bars, and she kind of like tink 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 on the bars to get Charles's and Ari's attention. Tink tink tink.
Okay.
What are you doing?
And then she waves,
Zachary is
and
delighted.
then she kind of mouths like I'll meet you down there. And she like is pointing down.
Okay.
Zachary nods.
Oh.
And then when no one is watching and a guard is coming but doesn't see them yet, you see her pop into the shadows.
Okay.
And she's gone.
I just realized something.
What?
I'll say it later. I will say it later. Let's keep doing what we're doing
Okay.
now.
Okay, so you're headed towards the 6th level.
As we're walking, can I hiss at Zach?
Yeah.
Zach, is there any way that you can get that one open over there?
Zachary says, "There sure is," and he goes over towards the door.
One of the guards steps up and stops Liam.
Mm-hmm.
They put a hand up and they say, permission?
Great.
Granted.
Granted.
Liam, do you have, like, any spells on you that you want to use? Do you have persuasion as well?
I don't have persuasion.
Because the hunters only have access to floors 3, 4, and 5, and you're trying to get to 6.
Mm-hmm. I roll my eyes. Gabriel wanted me to come down here.
Roll d20, add your influence.
It's gonna be okay.
I'm gonna use my luck to reroll that one.
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna use my luck to reroll that one.
That was a 2, in case anybody wanted to know. That was insane.
Okay, so I have none luck left.
No more.
But it's a good thing you saved it.
Ooh.
what
Okay,
is it?
let's see. With persuasion? Or influence, excuse me. So with influence, that is going to be 21.
Fuck! Yes! Thank you!
So Seth Thatch is down there waiting for you.
I don't know. Look, I'm in a very bad mood today. I really wish that you would just hurry this up. I know it's your job. I know we have to be particular about everything, but, just the longer he has to wait, the more upset he is, and then the more upset he is, the more upset I am. Will you let me through, please?
Oh my god.
Because you rolled a 21, the bravado from this guy in stopping you starts to fade, and he does become afraid of Charles's well-known pettiness and tantrums. So he sweats a little and he steps aside.
Adrian is kind of eyeing Liam/Charles like, who the fuck? Who is this guy?
Liam is gonna smile. Thank you so much.
Well,
He nods and can't find the bravery to say anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, are you going to open it the same way? Go through the shadows and then open from the other side?
Yep, and he does.
Let's say that he told Liam that he was going to do that so Liam can stick his hand on the door.
yeah, pretend to be opening it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zachary, sees that interaction and is like, oh fuck. And he sees that the person's eyes are on Liam. So he sees Liam going over to the door with all the confidence in the world, and Liam's probably sweating like, I'm gonna look like an idiot if this doesn't open. And Zachary times it and has the door swing a little, and then Liam takes it the rest of the way.
And since apparently Sir Charles Wickham does have permission to be here because he has a key to open it, the guard doesn't say anything and lets you go.
Adrian walks after. Is that gonna...
Liam brought Ari with him,
Okay.
as he was walking through.
Alright, okay.
And because the guard initially said that Ari's allowed to be here, and apparently she did, and Liam made an announcement that they're working together,
Okay.
he doesn't want, and because you rolled so well, he doesn't want to take it up with you or anything.
Alright, cool.
Right, so you go down these stairs, and the stairs are very strangely shaped, a lot less formal, kind of more ruggedly carved out, piles of stones kind of put together and worn down after the feet of many, many centuries. You go down, the smell becomes more dank. There are some various torchlights. You see a long hallway of stretching, meandering, what feels like catacombs in front of you. More cave-like than room-like. And Zachary feels something release from him, and he might look down and notice he can see his hands.
How did I know that was gonna happen? Oh my god. I don't understand.
30 minutes is up.
Oh, now I understand.
It's all quiet except for the crackling of the flames, and then you hear a little skittering and scurrying.
Mm.
And then if you squint,
God, they love rat trauma.
far down the hall,
Rama.
a little creature runs, cat-shaped, and it looks back at you, and it is Minoge's civet.
The civet! Liked what you heard? Let us know by using hashtag #DandiesInDanger over on our Twitter, Insta, Tumblr, and TikTok in the listed links below. We'd love to hear any and all comments, questions, and theories as to where the story might be headed. Want to support us and our LADZ adventures more directly? Then please consider clicking on the link and becoming a patron today. For just $1, you can gain access to our longer, uncensored outtakes and blooper reels. For $5, you can have access to exclusive stickers, in-world letters written by and for the lads, poetry by Adrian and Daniel, and original music from the show composed and scored by Chess Albanese. Can't afford to support directly? No problem. Podcasts survive by word of mouth, so if you like what you heard, tell your friends, family, and local graveyard ghosts all about these exciting tales. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Dandies in Danger is written and voiced by Elijah Bergateres as Zachary Wilkos, cast as Liam Bardsley, Chess Albanese as Daniel Pritchard, and Toast as Adrian Edwards. It is edited by Toast. Original score and music composed by Chess Albanese. It is produced by Dandies team, and made possible by listeners like you.